versus the visiting Skyline Eagles. Now, ladies and gentlemen, would you please rise and remove your caps as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. And now let's meet the starting lineups for today's game. First, for the visiting Skyline Eagles, number 3, Kiana Escosa. Number 11, Barrett Jessup. Number 24, Kay Warwater. Number 25, Madison Gray. And number 40, Cameron Mooney.
Welcome into the girls 5A semifinal, presented on DeseretNews.com and KSL.com. The Skyline Eagles and the Timpview Thunderbirds. In our starting lineups here, the defending 4A state champion Skyline Eagles. And of course, Madison Grange, Cameron Mooney, a pair of the starters, Eskelson, Jessup as well. For Timpview, a team that was the number 2 seed out of Region 7, and coming in with a bunch of players that can score. Ella Pope, Shaylin Fano, Espinoza, dynamic shooter. Figures to be a fantastic semifinal, with the winner advancing to the 5A Girls State Championship game to be held tomorrow here at Salt Lake Community College. Dane Stewart here to bring you the call. The first of the 2 5A girls semifinals to be played here, as we are just about ready for the opening tip. Timpview in the white uniforms and Skyline in the road blues. Underway here from Salt Lake Community College as the tip batted out of bounds. It will be Skyline basketball. Vorwaller, the other starter for Skyline that I missed in our intro, she inbounds, and running the point here will be Barrett Jessup, who had a fantastic state championship game last year for the Eagles, en route to that crown as they go inside with Cameron Mooney to start things off. 2-0 the score for the Eagles, and now we see Timpview on their first possession, far side here with Espinoza. As Timpview, that one turned over, dribbled off the leg, and it'll be Skyline basketball. That's going to be the key for the Eagles today, is the defense, and that one a self-inflicted wound put on by the T-Birds. This Eagle defense for Skyline, it's been one of the better defenses in the classification all year long. Vorwaller defended tightly by Espinoza. Goes over to Jessup. Jessup's going to try the pull-up from 17, no good. Madison Grange will secure the board. Three-pointer. It's the front of the iron and skips over as Fano able to track it down, and she's going to run it up the floor for Timpview. Baseline jumper, count it good. Taylor Ross with the first points for Timpview, and the T-Birds on the board here. Ross maybe the X factor. Doesn't get a lot of pub, but a really good scorer for Timpview as Madison Grange is going to try the NBA three, and that one a little too strong off the back of the iron, and Timpview running up the floor, and we've got to travel. Grange near side, Mooney trying to establish positioning. They get the entry. Mooney in the paint, double team comes. It won't come soon enough. All 4 Skyline points come in the way of Cameron Mooney from inside of about 5 feet. Espinoza defended by Eskelson. Nice defense put on here by Kiana as they're able to get that up top. Bolton with the jumper. Bolton had those early turnovers. Nice to see her shake those off and respond with a bucket. Grange with the entry and too high for Mooney. .535 left here in our opening quarter, 4 apiece. Fano with a high screen on Mooney. Boy, nice kick out to Fano from the line, no good, ball batted out. Ross with the drive, too strong, and Jessup able to clear for Skyline. Jessup now redirecting. A little slow to come down the floor that time. This Vorwaller is, we've got a substitution coming in for Skyline. Madison Grange saying she didn't touch it. The official there to agree, and now we've got a sub that's going to check in. Vorwaller will come off. She was trying to message to Coach Schroeder, hey, I'm okay, but it will be Amit Lustgarden checking in for the Eagles. Grange, Eskelson. Nice throw outside to Jessup, too strong. And there's Timpview with the clear, trying to run, the T-Birds are. Backside with Espinosa off the side of the glass and out of bounds as Eskelson backs away. Grange defended by Pope, trying to drive around, and Grange will just touch it up and over the rim softly as Skyline retakes the lead here. Approaching 4 minutes remaining. Near side, Espinoza driving, Eskelson there to close it off, and Mooney has that one drop right in her lap. Eskelson, high post, she'll hand back off to Jessup. Jessup with the drive, fouled. And Barrett Jessup will head to the line here to shoot 2 free throws. Just picking up the foul on the defense is Taylor Ross, her first personal and the first team foul. And a timeout taken here by Timpview. You're watching the girls 5A semifinal on DeseretNews.com and KSL.com.
The tournament scores by following UHSAA on Twitter at UHSAA Info.
Jessup good on our first free throw. She has a second one coming. Hits them both. And now Skyline with a little three-quarter court pressure. Timpview able to break it. Bolton. Baseline shot good for Jasmine Espinoza, her first points, and now 3 different scores for the T-Birds here in our first quarter. On 3 made field goals. Bolton picking up Jessup. Trying to put that pressure on her. Jessup, we thought about the 3 for just a second. Bolton continued to come out with that pressure. Here's Grange, boy, middle of the floor, wide open. Nice cut inside and blocked away. Fantastic defense by Jasmine Espinosa to deny Lustgarten. Substitutions on the floor. Ross in for Timpview, as is Glazier. Grange from the corner, blocked by Pope. Ella Pope step for step with Madison Grange as Espinoza kicks out. Fano with the drive, and a foul called inside on Eskelson will be for her first personal. And now an opportunity for Ella Pope to tie up the ball game here. 2:34 left in our opening period. Second free throw from Pope. Good as well. Vorwaller over to Mooney. Mooney's going to pull up. And it's Timpview to clear. Pope running the floor, has Espinoza. Jumper too strong. Far side and unable to be controlled. They say out off of Skyline. It will stay here with the T-Birds. It will be Ross to inbound for Timpview. Does so to Espinosa, being defended by Lustgarten. Able to feed it to Pope on the run, and Timpview with their first lead of the ball game. High post, Mooney. She'll kick back out to Madison Grange. Grange trying to get around the defensive Pope. And now it's Eskelson inside. The pressure came down. Eskelson staying with, and she gets fouled. As now Kiana Eskelson will head to the line here with free throws as Espinoza picks up her first personal on the ball game. First free throw good for Eskelson. Second free throw, no good. Pope, boy, almost got caught up in the air. Able to outlet it to Fano, and then Fano is fouled inside by Jessup, and Shaylin Fano will head to the line shooting 2 free throws as Jessup picks up her first personal.
Skyline foul number 11, Jessup, that's her first team foul. On the line to shoot 2 for Timpview, number 5, Shay Fano.
Fano's first free throw, no good. My apologies on the pronunciation. I'm going to go with our PA guy who pronounced it Fano. We'll stick with that. Second free throw is good. First points for Fano. Eskelsen to Grange. Grange with a pump fake. It opens up the lane, looking for help as the help defense came over by Glazier. Eskelsen sticking with it. And we've got a double dribble. Boy, how about that Timpview defense, huh? Fantastic job of recovery. Looked like they might have been beat a couple times. And yet stuck right with it and able to gather the turnover. Or forced the turnover. Pope picked up her dribble a long way from the basket. Able to find some help. Grange there defensively to break up the pass, and it is Jessup that comes out with it. Vorwaller on the run, spin inside and left it just short. Timpview trying to answer, clock down to 35 seconds left. Fano in the paint, throws it up and count it good. 13-9, the advantage for Timpview. The Skyline will have a chance to take the last shot, 20 seconds remaining in the opening quarter. Vorwaller. Jessup. Clock's inside of 10. Grange with the drive in the paint, couldn't get it to go. Timpview the rebound, clock's down to 2, a chance for Ross. If she gets it up, she won't. And that will expire the first quarter. The T-Birds lead Skyline 13-9. You're watching the 5A girls semifinal on DeseretNews.com and KSL.com. Timpview basketball to start the second quarter, holding a 13-9 lead. Pope with 4, Fano with 3, a couple others with 2 apiece to lead the way for Timpview. For Skyline, Mooney had 4 in that first quarter. Several others with 2. Pump fake by Fano as she is fouled. And she'll head back to the free throw line to start off the second quarter, as Eskelsen will pick up her second personal.
That's her second, third team foul. At the line, shooting 2 for the Thunderbirds, number 5, Shea Fano.
2 free throws here for Fano, who went 1 of 2 on a previous trip. She hits the first. Second free throw, good. How about a 6-point lead for Timpview early in the second quarter? Vorwaller nearly lost it, able to regather. Eskelsen near side, Mooney has positioning. Instead, it's Grange who gets lost amongst the defense, and Madison Grange with some important points for Skyline. I know it's early in the second quarter, but it's one of those where you don't want to foul down too big too early, as Timpview can scores. Ross misses that 3. Looking up the floor quickly for Jessup. Help to Eskelsen, but Ross hustled back and deflected the ball out. Well, that's why you never give up on a play. Fantastic job by Taylor Ross. After just missing the 3, comes all the way back down to break up what was presumably an uncontested lay-in. Inbound was headed for Mooney. Deflected by Bolton. Skyline able to possess. Eskelson. Now Vorwaller. Bolton right there. Grange for three. Well, she has yet to hit a three here tonight. She's taken a couple of them. Timpview up the floor. Ross able to find help with Glazier, and another Skyline foul, much to the chagrin of the Eagle bench. Jessup called for the foul. It will be her second personal foul. And Ella Pope to the line here to shoot two more free throws as the first is good. The free throws paying dividends for the T-Birds. They've been one of the leading causes of this T-Bird lead, is Pope able to hit them both, and a substitution now coming in for Skyline will be Lustgarten back in the ballgame. Jessup with her second personal will head to the bench. Vorwaller, Ross defending her. Grange was trying to set a screen for Mooney, but boy, nice job by Pope, who really denied it. Mooney still able to muscle through, and fouled on the putback is Cameron Mooney. She'll head to the free throw line. Picking up the foul is Glazier. It'll be her first personal. Mooney at the line, good on the first free throw. 5 points for Cameron Mooney here in the early going. Second, no good, and it's Glazier with the rebound for Timpview. Bolton up top, Fano. Pope looking to drive on Grange. Now a corner three-pointer, good for Bolton. The first made three of the ball game on either side, and it pushes the Timpview lead up to 8. Grange looking for help. Lustgarten wants to give it back. And now a timeout taken by Skyline, looking out of sorts. We'll take it with them. The T-Birds leading 20-12. You're watching the girls 5A semifinal. Skyline using every second of that timeout. Trailing here 20-12. Vorwaller, nice hesitation. Blocked away by Ella Pope. Lustgarten with the lob for Mooney. And Espinoza there to break it up. Now Pope on the run. Grange trying to get back. And it won't go down for Ella Pope. An offensive rebound. Timpview maintains it. Fano for three. No good. The rebound put back too strong, and Grange will clear it for the Lady Eagles. The crisis averted by Skyline that time. Timpview with a couple of real good looks to extend this to double digits. Eskelson trying to drive. The kick out, and it's over the outstretched grasp of Lustgarten. Pope. Defended by Vorwaller. Three-point shot no good as Mooney will let that bounce her way. Again, wow, Bolton been impressed with her defensive tenacity here tonight. There's a foul here and an offensive foul called on Vorwaller. It'll be her first personal. That's the 15th foul on Skyline in this first half. Timpview only with 3. Espinoza. Working around a couple screens, gives to Bolton. Bolton with a drive in the paint. Well, she nearly went through the entire defense. That time the ball batted out off Skyline. It'll stay here. Confusion on the switch on the inbound as Pope can't hit the open look, and Fano here will collect her first personal on the loose ball foul. Still an 8-point lead here for Timpview. Inside to Mooney, and that one rims out on Cameron Mooney. Timpview wanted a foul on the rebound on Mooney. They don't get it. Is Fano able to clear and bring it up the floor? Grange defending Fano. She's done that for most of this first half. Boy, a hard pick by Fano. Legal. I'm going to make that clarification. Is Timpview trying to throw it in the corner to a space that was just vacated, and the T-Birds give it back. Pope defending Grange, the screen there by Eskelson. Drew the double team, Jessup from the baseline. No good, and Timpview able to clear, have numbers if they can hurry. Eskelson running back to try to defend Espinoza. Blocked, but the putback is good by Bolton, who's had a fantastic second quarter. 5 points for Bolton in the quarter, 7 in this first half. 2:35 remaining in the second quarter. Mooney just able to evade that defender coming around from the backside as Grange can't hit the shot. Eskelson drawing the contact from Espinoza, and Kiana Eskelson will head back to the free throw line. Espinoza picking up her second foul. Eskelson 1 of 2 at the line in the first quarter. Espinoza heads to the bench with that second foul. Glazier back on the floor here for Timpview. Eskelson makes them both. The lead back to 8 for the T-Birds. Bolton absorbs some contact, able to get around Jessup. The lefty won't go. Offensively rebounded, and Mooney with the foul on the shot by Glazier. It'll be the first on Cameron Mooney, and Glazier now to the free throw line. It's the 16th foul on Skyline. Timpview now with 5, so Timpview's going to be shooting free throws the rest of the way. The T-Birds, meanwhile, with 1 still to give. First attempt by Glazier too strong. The second just crawls over the front of the rim. Eskelson back to Jessup as Mooney set the screen. Jessup's three-pointers off target. Tried to be saved, but Vorwaller couldn't stay in play. It's Timpview basketball. Inside of 2 minutes left in our first half. The T-Birds led by 4 after the first. The lead is now 9, trying to make it 11 as Bolton's shot too strong. And the outlet up ahead to Vorwaller led her too much. Another Skyline turnover. Fano. Eskelson forcing the turnover as she came backside. Trying to lead her. Vorwaller there to pick it up. Off the glass, won't go. And Vorwaller going to pick up a cheap foul here late. It'll be her second personal on the reach. And with that now, Timpview will take a long walk down for 1-1.
Shooting 1-1 for the Thunderbirds, number 22.
1-1 for Glazier. First is good. Second will crawl in as well. 25-14, biggest lead of the ball game for the T-Birds. We talk about the defensive Skyline, but it's been the defensive Timpview in this first half that's been strong. Jessup shot no good. She's able to regather, looking to outlet it, and it's Fano. They're able to tie it up for the dual possession. It will stay here with Skyline. Skyline has yet to hit a three. Grange will take a step in, too strong off the back of the iron. Nearly able to poke it away from Pope. Timpview with the outlet. Ross. Now Fano. Can't hit the shot, and Mooney with the clear. Vorwaller. Trying to spin around Bolton, puts a shot up. Short. Timpview again, but Grange steals it. Read that one like a safety. Clock's inside of 20. Eskelson looking to drive. Off the glass, count the bucket, good, and the foul. Foul on Glazier. It will be her second personal. That was the last foul to give for Timpview. There's only 11.8 left, so I don't think that'll be a huge issue. But an opportunity to three-point play here for Kiana Eskelson near the end of the first half. An important bucket there, and an important free throw here too, we'll add. Six points for Eskelson to lead the way for Skyline. Clock's down to 7. Ross looking for Fano. And she walked with it. Timpview turns it over. You want to learn how to play defense? Watch Madison Grange right there, keeping the arms up, not initiating contact. And it led to the travel by Timpview. So Skyline, boy, they trailed by 11, and now they could really get a chance to get this to within 5, but they got to hurry. Madison Grange going to heave from half court. And just off the mark. That'll do it for the first half. The Timpview Thunderbirds come out thundering in the first half. They lead the defending 4A state champion Skyline Eagles 25-17. You're watching the girls 5A semifinal on DeseretNews.com and KSL.com.
Low-fat chocolate milk is a natural for post-exercise recovery. It has what it takes to help you replenish, rehydrate, and rebuild after strenuous exercise. And it tastes great, too.
ready to start our second half. The Timpview Thunderbirds leading 25-17 over the 4A defending state champion Skyline Eagles. There's a three-point shot on the way here, no good. Rebounded by Pope. Espinoza tries and no good, and it is Skyline able to clear. Skyline had a tough first half. Scoring, a couple turnovers, and give a lot of credit to Timpview. Defensively, they were sharp as they go inside to Mooney. The foul here. No, a jump ball. Pardon me. The dual possession as it will stay here with Skyline. A great job by, I think it was Ross that came over defensively and forced that call from the official. Is the inbound up top here with Vorwaller, excuse me. So Voorhees for Fremont, that's my bad. Jessup looks to reset. Double team coming over on Jessup, able to dribble through it. Up with Mooney, and now Jessup at half court. Vorwaller's pass deflected away by Fano, but she couldn't control it as it goes out of bounds and will stay with Skyline. Vorwaller trying to drive. Bolton stayed right with her. Now Eskelson looking for some help to Vorwaller. Inside to Grange. Great ball movement to get it to their leading scorer, Madison Grange, who now sits at 6 points. What a fantastic job by Vorwaller to identify that, and Grange able to cash in. Spano, drive closed off. Bolton over to Ross, going to try the baseline jumper, no good. The ball loose, and it will stay here with the T-Birds. And we've got a timeout, 30-second timeout. You're watching the 5A girls semifinal.
Celebrating over 60 years of 5A performance.
Out of the timeout. Just over 6 minutes remaining and thrown away. Ross thought that she had help closer than it was. Over to Vorwaller for the finish. And look out. The Eagles with a small 4-0 run, but boy, it feels a lot bigger than that as a corner three, no good, and the rebound is to Eskelson for Skyline. They let Eskelson go, and the foul here is Pope was coming over to pick her up. It'll be the first personal, I believe, on Ella Pope. Boy, interesting, that time it looked like someone had the ball at Eskelson and just vacated it. Eskelson wisely just decides to go attack, catches Pope coming over to help Wade, and really cheapo on Ella Pope. There's a three-pointer from Vorwaller is short. And Fano there with the rebound for Timpview. Pope trying to drive, got around Vorwaller, blocked away. Boy, and that might have been Vorwaller too who got it. Thought she got beat on the floor, but stuck right with it, and a great job by Kate Vorwaller on the play defensively. Inbounded. To Ross in the corner, now Pope able to find Bolton, and it's Mooney with the block. But Glazier right there for the follow. Fantastic play by Hannah Glazier. Seeing Mooney have to go for that, block comes over and able to finish off the play well. Here's Jessup. Grange gonna drive. Look at that first step by Madison Grange. Count the bucket and the foul. Boy, in my opinion, Madison Grange, they're not a lot better. And you see that first step, I mean, she just got right around the defender. That whole lane opens up, and Madison Grange with an opportunity here for a three-point play, and it could get this game back to within one possession. Missed the free throw. Bolton around Mooney, help with Ross. Ross, the shot won't go. Vorwaller inside to the rim. Count the bucket and another foul. Glazier with the foul, the third on Hannah Glazier, and the third Timpview foul in this second half. A 9-2 run put on by the Skyline Eagles to pull back to within one. 4:30 remaining in the third quarter. Ross able to get it to Espinoza. She had a big corner final, but Espinoza with just 2 points here today. Skyline's done a nice job on her. Espinoza gets it back, gonna try the three. Jasmine Espinoza. The three-point ball has really struggled on both sides. Espinoza with a big made three there. Grange again working around Pope. Boy, that first step from Madison Grange, so quick. Pope picked up her dribble, now in some trouble, looks for Fano. Fano around the screen by Glazier. Ross, the three-pointer, good. And now Timpview starting to heat up from beyond the arc. I think that's their third made three of the ball game. Team that usually shoots pretty well from three-point land. Their shooter is starting to feel it as here's Eskelsen will hand off with Vorwaller. Vorwaller looking to drive. Boy, right now, Skyline's just getting to the rim with ease. Whether it's been Grange or Vorwaller in this third quarter, Espinoza thought about it, back to Pope. Pope and the foul inside on Mooney. It'll be the second personal on the post for Skyline. Two free throws coming for Ella Pope. Timpview has been good from the line today. They took quite a few in that first half. Second attempt. Grange. Pope right there on her. Boy, good defense. Grange wanted that shot but had no room. Eskelsen dribbles around but couldn't finish. And now a foul. They're going to call Mooney or Eskelsen? Gonna go on Eskelson, number 3. On Kiana Eskelson as she looks to the bench. Not quite sure what else she could have done. 35-30, the Timpview lead. Ross, look for Fano. Jessup all over that. It was a softly thrown pass. Jessup well aware. Now they get entry to Fano. Great move. Jasmine Espinoza with 5 points in the quarter, 7 in the contest. That lead back up to 7. Eskelson able to hand off to Jessup. Couldn't handle it cleanly as Jessup will dribble back out to center. Mooney, high post as Fano comes out on her, hands off to Grange. Vorwaller thought about the 3, trying to find a lane. Jessup for 3. Boy, she knew it was off immediately, tried to follow up for the board, but it was Fano who gathered. Now Fano looking to drive past Grange. And the foul there on Madison Grange. She's saying there was an elbow on the drive. It'll be her first personal. Certainly contact there, and the officials having to make the call. Fano to the line here, shooting 2 free throws. First one no good. After a rough start to this third quarter defensively for Timpview, they had 3 fouls in the first minute 30. Skyline now sitting at 3 fouls in the half as well, as Fano on the trip goes 1 of 2. Vorwaller. Grange looking in for Mooney. Boy, Fano stood tall and affected the shot of Cameron Mooney. Inside of 1 minute left in our third quarter. Pope handing off to Espinoza. Timpview can hold for the last shot. My good friend Dusty Lister likes to say, no shot clock in Utah high school basketball. That ball loose on the floor, dual possession. And it will stay with Timpview. Lobbed in, Grange there to deflect it out. Lob to Fano, gets the shot up quickly, but left it shy, and Grange there for the clear. Clock's down to 15 seconds. Quick shot from Vorwaller's good. Kate Vorwaller with 9 points in the quarter. Pope goes glass, too strong, the putback goes. And with that, the third quarter comes to a close. Ella Pope with a made bucket at the horn. It's 40-32. The defending 4A state champs on the ropes as we head to the fourth quarter. You're watching the 5A girls semifinal on DeseretNews.com and KSL.com. Start of the fourth quarter. Skyline trailed by 8 at the half. They got off to a hot start, close to within 3. Timpview finished the quarter strong, and we're right back where we were 8 minutes ago. We are 8 minutes away from one of these teams cashing in reservations for Saturday. And the whistle will give the ball to Timpview. Boy, I didn't see a call. There's no foul. I'm guessing a travel was the call. I'm not quite sure there. I must have missed that one as the entry turned over. Grange with the board. Well, with the clear. Here's Vorwaller up top, Grange. Fano's done a nice job on Mooney. They get it inside to 40. Mooney's shot will drop. Her first field goal since the first quarter, when she had 2 of them. Now sitting at 7 points is Cameron Mooney. Pope with the drive. Mooney gets the block. Loose ball. Jessup thought she was going to come away with it, and now a tie up on the floor. Skyline's trying to call a timeout. It will be a dual possession, and it will go to Skyline. The Eagles trailed by as many as 12. Got to within 3. They can get back to within 3 here. If I recall correctly, I don't think Skyline's hit a 3 yet, but it is Eskelson inside. Count the bucket, good again, and the foul. This was how Skyline made that big comeback early in the third quarter. The fouls on and one situations as Eskelson picks right back up. And she's good on the free throw. A quick 5-0 run for the Eagles to start this fourth quarter, just like they did the third. And we've got a foul away from the basketball inside. This is going to be called on Vorwaller. It should be her third. That's the 4th team foul on Skyline. Both teams at 4 team fouls. Timpview to inbound to Pope. Great job on the play. A couple of screens and Pope got free. Vorwaller doing work, couldn't finish. High screen by Ross. Boy, gotta be careful. She started moving the moment that contact came. Could have been a moving screen. Instead, it's Fano here with the jumper. No good. Ross able to save it. Espinoza for 3. Another loose ball and another dual possession. That will keep the ball here with Timpview. Fano, boy, caught baseline. 3-pointer from Bolton, no good. Bolton, no good. And it is rebounded by Mooney. Timeout taken by Skyline. 42-37. You're watching the girls 5A semifinal on DeseretNews.com and KSL.com. You know, I made reference to a saying of my good friend Dusty Litster back in that third quarter, no shot clock in high school basketball. He must have heard me because he's right here next to me. Dusty, welcome. We've got a fantastic finish here set up in our 5A girls semifinal.
Ears were burning. I had to get out of the office a little early on Friday. But how good is this, huh, Dane?
Fantastic. Skyline led early on, Dusty. Timpview took the lead midway in the first, and they've led since. Eskelson once again. She did it multiple times. Well, pardon. It was Vorwaller and Grange who did it multiple times in the third. She did it earlier in the fourth, and right now Eskelson trying to bring Skyline back, a one-man show here.
Isn't it amazing to think it was a year ago that Eskelson and Barrett Jessup had such good semifinals and championships?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Well, and I was thinking, you know, Barrett Jessup, I mean, the run of three-pointers she made last year, just 2 points for her tonight, Dusty. She struggled a little bit finding that range early on in this ball game, and don't know if there's been some confidence there that has been lost because of it. Nice offensive board. Here's Fano from straight away. How about Shea Fano with a big made jumper there?
In these late games, it's all about who's chasing after the balls. And right now, Timpview, they're winning those free balls. They're getting a lot of offensive rebounds and second chance opportunities. Didn't get the last opportunity that happened, but they got that one there.
Fano's had Madison Grange on her all game long, and it's been one of those things where she's had to work and work hard. This ball batted out. It'll stay here with the Eagles.
You know, Fano can be really good down the post, but you got to think, you got to just feed Mooney, let the offense go through her, and kind of whatever happens from there happens.
That's how they started the ball game, and you thought that that advantage was going to play out, and then, you know, kind of went away from them a little bit. The guards took over, but you got to figure Mooney's going to be big. Instead, it's Vorwaller once again as she continues her big night.
Got to have other people step up. Vorwaller keeping this within a one-possession game, and now the pressure starts.
He's got to start on the defensive end by one of the better defensive teams in the classification. Long jumper, good for Bolton.
When you have a good post, it opens up everything, and you got multiple options there on either block, and yet Bolton just standing wide open, nice, feet set, and able to knock down the open tray. Or long two, sorry.
Grange here going to reset the offense for Skyline, approaching the midway point in this fourth quarter. Corner three from Vorwaller, no good. And Fano, boy, she had an outlet, Dusty, couldn't hold on to it. Jessup, the double team has help.
How about the fortuitous bounce for Skyline there? Right off the knee of Bolton on that outlet pass.
Timpview almost had the clear. Now they go right back inside to Mooney. Back of the rim. Mooney scrapping for the loose ball, and it'll be Grange running it down.
Hey, we mentioned in the last couple of possessions for Timpview, those balls going their way. How about two now going the way of Skyline this possession?
Vorwaller, oh, she had Jessup wide open. 3 Timpview defenders there and throws it away.
Yeah, did not gauge that one very well.
Yeah.
She's throwing that ball to the corner, and no shot for Jessup on that. High and outside, that's why you pitch that ball in baseball. 3-1, 3-2. That's just a long ways to get there.
She'd like to get a better grip next time, right? Speaking baseball, Jessup would have been uncontested.
Yeah, just calm herself down a little bit.
Espinoza, and now a timeout taken here by Timpview, 3:18 left. Timpview 46, Skyline 42. You're watching the girls 5A semifinal.
Timpview calls a full time.
We mentioned earlier, Skyline has had a couple of double-digit deficits. Dusty, they've been able to get back to within one possession. What do they need to do here to get back and tie this thing up or maybe take the lead?
Well, right now, you got to start on the defensive end of the floor. You got to make sure right now, look, Timpview's going to take the air out of the basketball. You got to keep pressure on and see if you can get a cheap extra possession here.
Pope trying to step through, and another timeout going to be taken here by Timpview. They've only got one more left in reserves. Timeout, we'll take it with them. Timpview today has been so good defensively, Dusty, but right there, Skyline, you see them bringing that trap, trying to force a turnover, worked out on the timeout. We'll see what Timpview has coming out here with the ball, 3:06 left.
Yeah, you see right there the conversations, hey, we're not forcing a shot. But my thing with 2 possessions, you're just one bad pass away from making this a 1-possession ball game, and why I struggle with the 4 wide so early in a ball game.
It's one of those things where right now Skyline only with 14 fouls, so they still have a couple to give, and Timpview going to try to make them use those timeouts, but I'm with you. It's so hard to be crisp and clean offensively with the defense as aggressive as Skyline's for minutes. Here is the foul. It'll be given to Kate Vorwaller. It's going to be her 4th personal.
And you see there why this offense is hard to, with a 2-possession lead of doing it. Get someone trapped at midcourt, she throws that ball in the middle of the floor. Vorwaller doesn't knock over there it is right there, Bear Jessup there to steal. But if she doesn't knock her over, that's a steal and going the other way for Skyline.
Corner, not gonna shoot it.
But I also don't like, you see the tentativeness. The normal offense, she's pulling the trigger on that, right. And it's hard to get these kids out of this mindset of we're not looking to score if this game gets tied at 46.
That's the problem. Once you take the foot off the pedal, how do you put it back on? Timpview with numbers, Fano off the glass.
And there's the positives there. You've got Skyline scrambling on the outside, and the extra pass. Once you break them down, you got 2-on-1 the block. And that's why you do run it and finally look for the bucket.
That's the definition of lull them to sleep, right? A couple times you go in the corner, you send it back out, and then you just sneak those underneath. Fantastic execution by Timpview.
Well, even though they're going man-to-man, they really were going 2-3. That side-to-side motion is going to get you.
Grange on the drive, and she gets fouled. Madison Grange will head to the line as I believe it's Pope picking up the foul, her 2nd personal.
Nice job there by Madison Grange, remembering at 1:40 left in this game. It's not time to start jacking up threes. See if you can get yourself a +1, which is just as much of an energizer as anything else.
Madison Grange with 10 points. Her first point of the 4th quarter. She struggled a little bit, Dusty. Had some early threes that didn't go. Free throw trips to the free throw line. Hasn't been as consistent as we're accustomed to seeing from her over the years. Goes 1 of 2 there, and it's Fano with the clear for Timpview.
Right now, everything playing right into the hand of the T-Birds.
Again, you see those traps.
Right now, for Skyline, not over-rotating. Here's your opportunity.
Again, 3-on-1 here. It's Fano.
Options. Nice job by Fano moving out the basketball. I don't like taking the air out of the ball so much, but I love the offense and the spacing right now they got Timpview.
That ball thrown away. Espinoza able to gather. Jessup putting the pressure on, but Timpview has Fano down the floor.
And say, when does Skyline start thinking about extending this ball game?
Well, you got to do it sooner rather than later here. Trailing by 7, 1:03 left, and it's Grange with the foul, her 2nd personal, as Cameron Mooney will come back in the ball game. for Lustgarten.
You know, you look at Timpview, Dane, and what they've gone through the last few years, got to the semifinals a couple years ago, lost to Skyline, and right now maybe get over some bugaboos here.
Espinoza, and it is Grange there with the foul. That'll be her third personal. And now that the 7th team foul, Timpview to the line shooting 1-and-1 will be Jasmine Espinoza.
Jasmine Espinoza wearing number 10. Imagine she's the younger sister of the outstanding wide receiver years gone by, Espinoza.
Yeah, he set a state record, if I recall correctly, right? That was it the championship game or semifinal?
Semifinal against Woods Cross.
Espinoza misses the first. Eskelson with the board. Skyline's got to hurry here. 7-point deficit, 50 seconds left.
And no empty possessions from here on out for Skyline.
And a timeout taken, it'll be a full. 50-43, Timpview 46 seconds away from the 5A state championship. .7 seconds left. 17 fouls for Skyline, 6 for Timpview. We're shooting free throws the rest of the way. It'll be Eagles basketball. Dusty, you're in a timeout here in the huddle. What are you telling your team to do?
Well, number one, stay with it. You got to fight for really extra possessions here. And so on these threes, it's really big on the backside. You got to make sure that you're going after the basketball. You've got to crash the glass here.
I don't think they've made a three all game. Are you drawing up a three here for Skyline?
Right now, right now they're going to go for a +1.
It is Grange. She got the plus, but didn't get the prior, or she'll have a chance at the two after.
You know, and as soon as I said, I kind of look at the clock. Like, yeah, right now you got a chance to drive to the hoop with Madison Grange, see if she can finish and get to the free throw line. Biggest things here is you cannot go Splitsville. You got to hit both of them.
Yep. 40.7 seconds left. Grange able to make that one. I think that she went 50% on her previous trip. I think she got there maybe once or twice before, and I don't recall her going perfect on trips to the line yet in the ball game. She has a chance here.
So you got the first part done. Now it's try to find a way to get a steal. They've been so close on the last few possessions.
Now Skyline with that full court. Able to loft it over. Fano over to Pope. Espinoza.
Got to have a steal, or sorry, a foul.
And it will be Vorwaller, who I think that might be her fifth.
Vorwaller's put in a position there. She had to give up the foul. Actually, they probably called that on Lustgarten, right?
Yeah, they did. I thought it was 24 because she was right there, but you're right. They gave it to Vorwaller instead. Espinoza makes the front end.
Right now for Skyline to run now opportunities. This is the 8th team foul, so they only have one more shot with a +1 or a one-on-one opportunity.
You know, Timpview, Dusty, they have made a lot of free throws today. All the way back in that first half. Consistently made shots when they had them from 15 feet. And certainly had more free throws in that first half than Skyline. Has been a big differential today. Grange going to take a two. No good, and the rebound to Ross Timpview. The foul there given by Vorwaller, and that will be her fifth.
You're thinking these seniors on the Skyline team win that state championship a year ago after bumping their heads on the ceiling before and able to push through. And right now, Slim is out the door and none's heading there too on their opportunities to come back in this game. Especially if Espinoza hits both here, and you're really just you're hammering it home.
Yeah, 7-point lead right now with 20 seconds left. You find it hard to come back from that as Espinoza makes it 8. And with that, 10 points for Espinoza, 12 for Pope, 12 for Fano, 9 for Bolton, Glazier and Ross with 5 apiece. You know, Dusty, a semifinal between 2 co-region champions. Skyline, they've won that region for 4 consecutive years. Looking like they're going to go down as Jessup able to get a nice bucket inside and without a quick timeout taken by Skyline. 7-point lead, Timpview 10 seconds away from returning to the 5A state championship. Out of the timeout, both teams with 1 timeout left. Dusty, you mentioned it, double bonus for Timpview rest of the way. They get it into Pope and the foul there by Lustgarten.
Yeah, so going to go down the other end, 2 free throws. And for Skyline, the other thing to remember, they got 1 timeout remaining, and the clock does not stop on a made shot. So right now, mathematically impossible to come back in this ball game. Granted, maybe get a rebound, there's a foul, you can score some points without the clock moving.
I was going to say, unless Reggie Miller walks through that door, but it's girls, so unless Cheryl Miller walks through, who he acknowledges is even better.
She owned it.
Yeah.
How good has it got to feel for Pope and the T-Birds? Getting over some of those frustrating playoff losses the last couple of years to finally bust through and see themselves playing on a Saturday.
Jessup gets inside, she'll score it. Timpview won't have to inbound it. The mighty T-Birds of Timpview knock off the defending 4A state champion Skyline Eagles. The Thunderbirds are headed to the 5A state championship.
I was just mentioning, Dane, that how good it has to feel to get over the hump, get the end of this championship game, and not that mentioned a couple years ago losing to Skyline in the semifinals in 4A. Get over the hump, able to hang on this ball game. They got down to 2 possessions, 46-44. From that moment, at 10 to 5-1, to close out the ball game for Timpview.
Timpview did the same thing in the third. Skyline got to within 1 possession. Timpview put it away. They did it again in the 4th quarter. This is a proven group. A lot of mettle shown here tonight. Dusty, you were here for the 4th quarter. Maybe the largest 8 minutes. Who's your player of the ball game tonight?
We're not going to take Espinoza. Anytime you knock down a big shot that she did, go hit the big free throws, go clinch it. Those are not easy things to do. Normally you want to go with somebody else. I really thought Espinoza down the stretch, she's the one with the calm hand. They got the ball in her hands to hit those free throws, and she came through. So, player of the game.
The season ends a little shy for Skyline, but it was a fantastic year. Madison Grange, Cameron Mooney, a lot of players playing their last game here tonight, but they certainly have more basketball in their future. The Timpview Thunderbirds, 56-49. They knock off Skyline. They'll get the winner of our next semifinal, East versus Highland, coming up here on DeseretNews.com and KSL.com in just under 15 minutes. For Dusty Lister, my name is Dane Stewart. For Thompson Coles and everyone here, thank you for joining us. And we'll be back here shortly with the other 5A semifinal on DeseretNews.com and KSL.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, sportsmanship matters, and we ask for your support and demonstrating respect for the game and all participants. By refraining from negative cheers and chants or behavior, Robbie.